Hey guys, it's Daddy, and this is Strange Black Media, and I'm here with a kind of a follow-up video to my video about Khia. Khia has finally responded to last Monday's incident with Monique and the production issues and her walking out on T.S. Madison. Basically, what Khia has said is that the the demise of the Queen's Court, because yes, the Queen's Court is over as we know it. There will no longer be any shows every Monday night with Khia and T.S. Madison. In part because of what happened Monday, but also we got some insight from Khia on what led up to the incident. Like I guessed and like I mentioned in my previous video, Khia did not like the changes. She was okay with the more intimate setting in T.S. Madison's living room, and T.S. Madison being quote unquote a fancy bitch and trying to upgrade things. She didn't like it. She didn't like the direction that it was going, and Khia feels like if it's not broke, why try to fix it? And a lot of fans agree with her, and a lot of fans preferred the old setup. But like I said last video, I'm still not going to try to downplay Maddie or say anything negative about her for trying to upgrade and advance the show. But what I have to scold Maddie about is that if your business partner is not comfortable with certain things, and she comes to you several times about not changing things and bringing stuff back that she wants on the show, and you say no, I think that's wrong. And I think because of that reason, and only that reason, Khia has every right to break away from the Queen's Court and do her own thing. Now, Khia does say that she started the Queen's Court and she owns the Queen's Court, but she gave Maddie permission several times in the video to continue on the show, and she supports her. And she also said that she hopes people will support her and Maddie in the future, because they both have been on these platforms and they both have been roasting and gagging for years. Like, they're both not new to the game. And while I am sorry to see their union, the demise of their union, I understand. And moving forward, I did not know if I would support Khia, but after this video and hearing all the facts and hearing her side, I do think that I will continue on in supporting her and T.S. Madison in their future endeavors and their future things that they may do separately. And of course, they'll still be doing the live shows that they have coming up, so stay tuned for that. Another thing that I don't, necessarily agree with Khia is how she went so hard on Funky Dineva. She talked about his alleged drug use, and if you know anything about Funky Dineva, you do know that it's been alleged that he has a drug problem, and that's the reason why that the Sister Circle let him go. And it's been alleged that he will pawn stuff for drugs and stuff. But I didn't feel like it was necessary. I don't feel like Funky really came from a malicious place with his video. I think that he gave good suggestions on how they can keep the Queen's Court together. And I also want to point this out because Khia kind of alludes to the fact that Funky Dineva is not a real friend to T.S. Madison, but T.S. Madison also lets Khia talk shit about Funky Dineva on the Queen's Court previously. Funky has been on the Queen's Court like twice, and Khia has talked really bad about him, and T.S. Madison never tried to shut that down and let her say whatever she wants to say about Funky Dineva, so that bad friend card can be used both ways. I don't necessarily think that they're not friends, but I just think that they both know that they have platforms. And when, people become hot topics, and when, it's a hot topic, we talk about it. Like, I don't feel like he said anything really bad about Dineva, and T.S. Madison hasn't really personally said anything bad about Funky other than letting Khia talk about him, grimy on the Queen's Court. I just felt like it just showed a nasty side of Khia, because I don't think that his video warranted the response that she gave him. Now, I understand you wanting to come in and because he did call you a liar. So maybe maybe she should have said something, but in the way she went in, it was like, wow, you really went in. Like, she read him for filth. You guys, I have mixed feelings on the Monique thing because on one end, I feel like Monique is a Oscar-winning actress. Monique has a bigger platform. She has a huge following, a much huger following than both Khia and T.S. Madison in the Queen's Court. So I feel like her even agreeing to be on the show, she didn't have to do that. I feel like she did that out of the kindness of her heart and to try to help the platform. But also, I'm still side-eyeing Monique because, like Khia said in her review, once you saw that T.S. Madison was crying and that things weren't going right, why then continue on and film them? I felt like once you saw them breaking down and the arguing and the bickering, she should have shut that shit down. But also, Monique really doesn't owe them anything. She doesn't really know them. It would have been nice of her to do that. But, like I said, she doesn't owe them shit. So she doesn't have to do that. But, Khia feels like Monique was being shady. And I do feel like even though she lended her voice and her celebrity to their platform, I do think that there may have been a little bit of malicious intent in Monique keeping the camera on because they have talked about her in the past. And this is the part that I don't like about Khia. I feel like Khia can be really evil and cruel in some of the things that she says. Khia talking about Monique's brother raping her and her mother's situation, I felt like that was uncalled for. I felt like that was a bit nasty, a bit evil. And even though I understand that you feel like, Monique did that, something shady to you, I do feel like that was kind of in poor taste and wish she shouldn't have went down that road. What do you guys think? I still think that Khia should not have left T.S. Madison that night. I think she should have stayed there and maybe explained exactly how she was feeling and her thoughts that she shared on today's live and explained that, last Monday. I feel like it would have been more understanding and they probably could have salvaged the show if it had went, in that direction. But her leaving, it still wasn't a good look to me. I don't care what she says. It was no really reason for her to leave her friend. They would have left eventually. She could have went somewhere else and then waited until they left, and then maybe try to do a response as to why she acted the way she acted earlier. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Monique was being shady? Do you agree with what Khia said about Monique and when he talked about Monique and fucking Dineva? Let me know you guys' thoughts. Peace.